Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Judicial Service. Today we are going to discussing here another new part of the constitution, means part 5. The name of part 5 is the union, and in this video we discuss the question related to the executive part of the union. And this video is the 22nd video of top 1000 MCQ of constitutional law. Those who are not watched the previous video, all the link of previous videos are available in our description box. Please go and watch these videos. And those who want the PDF file of this video series, the PDF file will be uploaded in our Telegram group. Please join our Telegram groups. The link of Telegram as well as WhatsApp groups also available in our description box. You may join these groups through the link. Now come to the point. So before starting MCQs, now we are discussing here some provision related to the union. So the union is the part 5 of the constitution, and it also divided into into 5 chapter. So first chapter name is executive, the executive. So the executive, and it contains the president, vice president like provision, and its extension in our constitution is article 52 to 78. So this thing is here. Now chapter 2 dealing with here legislative. In the proper constitution the word using parliament, but now we are writing here legislative. So in chapter 2 using legislative provision, because the parliament makes the law, that's why we are using here legislative. So legislative provision is provided in article 79 to 122. Now third part of the union is, means third chapter of the union is related to legislative power of president. It is also a part of part 2 legislative. So it is legislative power of president, and there is only one section in this chapter, means chapter 3 having only one section. The next section name is here 123, means ordinance. It is also known as ordinance given by the president. Now chapter 4 related to the judiciary. So it is judiciary, and its extension is 124 to 147. And last one is here, means chapter 5 dealing with very important here controller auditor general of India. So controller and auditor general of India, and their provision is under article 148 to 151 to 151. So these articles related to controller auditor general of India. So once again, the Indian constitution having a 22 parts. Now we are going to discussing part 5th of the constitution, which are related to union, and in this part we are going to discussing chapter 1 of the, because the part 5 divided into 5 chapter. Now we are going to discussing chapter 1. It is related to executive powers. So executive, there is a president, vice president provisions. So these are provided in these sections, these articles, not sections. And in second chapter related to legislative, means parliament, house of the parliament. And third one is here legislative power of the president. So it is provided in only one article 123 ordinance. And last fourth chapter is there, means judiciary. This is very important. The union judiciary means the Supreme Court's provision is there. And last one here means chapter 5 deals with controller and auditor general of India. So this thing is there. And under article 148 to 151, the name of this authority is controller and auditor general of India, but actually his work only auditing, not controlling. So it is only name here, but there no power of controlling. So clearly this thing is provided in article 148 to 151. Now come to our question here. Question number 374. In previous video we discussed till the 373. Now we are discussing here 374. So first question, the president of India is elected. So option A here by the way of people representation. Option B here by an electoral college consisting of the elected member of both house of parliament and by the representative of central and state legislative. So this thing is here. And now option C here, directed by the people and option D here, the Prime Minister appoint him. So it's absolutely wrong. So President of India is elected by an electoral college consisting of, this is very important, President of India elected by electoral college consisting of elected member, this is very important, there is elected members of both houses of parliament, means House of People and Rajya Sabha. So this thing is here, means House of State. So by the representatives of central and state legislative. So in both House of elected member and representative, elected representatives of central and state legislature. So this is our answer here, option B. Now question number 375, the term of president expires. So terms of president expires 5 years from the date of entering to the office. Option B 4 years, so it's absolutely wrong. 5 years from the date of declaring the result, so it is also wrong. And option D till the lifetime, so it is purely wrong here. So clearly our answer is here, option A, 5 years from the date of, this is very important, entering the office, and this provision is provided in Article 56. Article 56 dealing with the term of office of president, and this article clearly declared that the term of president expire the 5 years from the date of entering to the office. Now question number 376, the legal power and or position of the President of India is, option A, the same as in the English Constitution, option B, like the President of America, option C, like the Administrator of Sikkim, and option D, like that the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. So the legal power or position of the President of India is the same as in the English Constitution. So clearly answer is here, option A. Now question number 377, the Supreme Commander of Armed Forces is, so clearly the Supreme Commander of Armed Forces is President of India. So it's our answer here, option A, and this thing is clearly provided in Article 53 clause 2. So clause 2 dealing with the Supreme Commander of Armed Forces is President of India. Question number 378, the President can be removed by a way of impeachment which can be made only. So first of all, important thing is there, the removal process of President is known as impeachment, and it is provided in Article 61. This is very important. And the impeachment process, there the participant of impeachment process is both house of members, means members of Lok Sabha and members of Rajya Sabha. There is no restriction on the elected member. Whenever we discuss on the basis of the election of the president, the election of the president participated by the elected member of the house, but in impeachment process there is a need of member of house. And another important point, total member. So this is very important here, total member of the house is participating, and there is a need of 2/3 of members against the president. In that time the president may remove from their office. So this thing is here. Now in full process we discuss in next video, because this video is already very long. So option A here by the Supreme Court, option B here by the Rajya Sabha, option C here the member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, option D here cannot be impeached. So clearly answer here, option C, member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Question number 379, the oath is administered to the President of India by, so the oath is administered to the President of India by Chief Justice of Supreme Court, and if Chief Justice of Supreme Court is not there, in that time his duty doing by the senior most judge of the Supreme Court, and this provision is clearly provided in Article 60. Now question number 380, the President of India nominates, so option A here Chief Election Commissioner of India, option B Chief Justice of India, option C Controller and Auditor General of India, and option D all of them. So all these persons are nominated by the President. So answer is here, option D. Now question number 381. The President of India is option A Commander in Chief of Defence Force, option B Supreme Commander of Armed Force, option D Head of the Government, option D Supreme Commander of Defence Forces of the Union and Executive Head of the Union. So clearly our answer is here option D, and this thing is provided in Article 53, dealt with this provision. Now question number 382. The Constitution of India vested a vast power in the President. These power and functions make him almost a dictator. So it's absolutely wrong, because he work under the guidance of the cabinet and prime minister. So it is wrong here. Now option B a benevolent ruler. So it is also wrong, because the president work under the advice of the cabinet. So it is wrong here. Now option C here, real head of the government. It is also wrong, because the real head of the government is Prime Minister of India. Now last one here, a nominal constitutional head. Yes, it is our absolutely correct answer of this question. So option D is correct. The question number 383. In the contest of qualification for contesting the election of president, which of the following statement is incorrect? So the qualification for contesting election of president, so the qualification for election of president is provided in Article 58. Article 58 dealing with no person shall be eligible for election of president unless so first important thing is there must be a citizen of India. He must be citizen of India. So first one is there, and second point is there, he has completing the age of 35 years. So there is a minimum need of age of 35 years. So this thing here. And third condition is there, the qualify for election as the member of House of People. This is very important, House of People. So people means here, House of People means Lok Sabha. And clause 2 dealt with he has not holding any office of profit. So this is very important here, and this thing is provided in Article 58 clause 2, and these are provided in Article 58 clause 1. So this thing is here, he has not holding any office of profit. And definition of office of profit is defined by the different cases of the Supreme Court. There is no provision in our constitution to define the office of profit. Now come to our question here. So first option here, he should be a citizen of India. Yes, absolutely correct. So it is correct here. So he should not hold any office of profit. It is also correct here. He should be a qualified for the election of House of People. This is very important. So it is also correct. Now last fourth one, he should be age 30. This is wrong, because there is a minimum need of ages should be at least 35 years. So clearly answer here option D. Now question number 384. The President of India directly, indirectly elected by secret ballot, and last one is here, elected by indirectly by secret ballot and by proportional representation system. And by proportional representation system means a single transferable vote. So this thing is here. So it is absolutely correct here. So our answer is here option D. Now question number 385. In the election of president, each member of electoral college has option A 1 vote, option B as many votes as there are candidate, option C 1 vote with value attached to it, option D 1 vote with value attached to it, and he can give as many preferences, this is very important, as there are candidates. So clearly answer is here option D, and this thing is provided in Article 55. Article 55 dealing with the election, manner of the election of the president. So clearly this thing is there. So answer here option D. Now question number, if anybody having a doubt in the manner of election of president, please comment on our comment box. After that we will discuss this provision in separately in the video. Okay, so question number 386. All matter relating to or connected with the election of the president, including an election petition, are inquired into and decided by. So decided by a tribunal constituted for the purpose of election of president. Option B, any high court where the petition is moved. Option C here, a committee specially constituted for the purpose by the Rajya Sabha. Option D, Supreme Court. So clearly any dispute related to election of president as well as vice president decided by the Supreme Court clearly, and this thing is provided in Article 71 of the Constitution. So answer of this question is here option D. Question number 387. Give the correct response to option A. The President of India is eligible for re-election as many times as he desire. So this may be correct. This may be correct according to the provision of Constitution. Means the Article 57 dealt with, means Article 57 of the Constitution dealt with the eligibility for re-election. Means a person who hold or who has held office as a president shall, subject to the other provision of the Constitution, be eligible for re-election to the office. There is no restriction of the terms as a president by a separate person or single person. So this thing is there under Article 57 of the Constitution. So option B, the President of India is ineligible for re-election. It's absolutely wrong. The President of India cannot be re-elected for more than 3 terms. There is no restriction of terms. Option D, the President of India can seek re-election as many times under the letter of Constitution, under Article 57. But there is well-established convention, this is very important, well-established convention that he should not seek re-election for more than 2 terms. So this question means give the correct response. So this response is absolutely correct here. The President of India can seek re-election as many times under Article 57, the letter of Constitution, but there shall be well-established convention that he should not seek re-election for more than 2 terms. So absolutely correct here, option D. Now question number 388. The term of the office of Vice President is option A, 5 years from the date on which he enter upon his office. So this thing is clearly correct here, option A, because the term of office of president is 5 years from the date on which enter upon his office, just as president terms. So clearly answer here option A, and this thing is probably clearly provided in Article 67 of the Constitution. Now question number 389. In regard to the qualification for the election of vice president, which of the following statements is incorrect? Now option A here, he should be a citizen of India. Yes, it is absolutely correct. This is the necessary condition. Option B here, he should have attained the age of 35 years. This statement is also correct here. He should be attained age of 35 years. Option C here, he should not hold the office of prophet. This statement is also correct. Now last one, he should be qualified to be a member of Lok Sabha. This is absolutely wrong here. For vice president, he should be qualified to be a member of Council of State, means Rajya Sabha, not as he should be qualified member of Lok Sabha. This condition for president, and the vice president condition is he should be qualified for the member of Council of State. So this option is absolutely wrong. So this is our answer here, option D. Now question number 390. All matter related to the election of vice president, including any election petition, shall be inquired into by. Option A, in previous video when any dispute related to the matter of election matter of the president dealt by the Supreme Court, and same thing is there. So option A, election tribunal specifically constitute for the purpose. Option B, Supreme Court. Option C, the committee constitute for the purpose of by Rajya Sabha. Option D here, any high court where the petition is moved? So clearly answer here option B, Supreme Court, and this thing is provided in Article 71, means all the matter relating to the election of vice president including any election petition shall be inquired into by the Supreme Court. So answer here option B. Now finish this video, and if you like this video please click on like button. If you are still not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe it, and there is a bell icon button, please press that bell icon button, because this bell icon button help to a further notification of our videos. So thank you for watching Indian Judicial Service.